Hey everybody, this is MC Recovery in the house. So I've been missing in action. I've been listening to people's shows, jumping on different people's shows, and I said I got to get the kinks up out of me because man, it's getting real uh, cluttered right in my head being on these different shows, looking at this manosphere and the relationship spheres and all that. But let's get back to some recovery. Hit the subscribe button. I believe it's going to be on this side, one of them sides, and tell a friend. So I just put the basic 12 steps up there, and 6 and 7 because I've been procrastinating. It's one of those character defects, or it's a shortcoming, like like last time. So I figured maybe I need to start back diving into the 12 and 12 because we got 12 steps and 12 traditions. I need to look at some of those traditions too. So uh, to make a long story short, yep, I got on a brand hat from Compton. See, it looks OG. It looks rather like a Clipper hat, but it's really a CPT. Can you see it? A CPT hat. And so I figured I might as well buy it. So I bought it for my son since he played for the Clippers for the park. And let's get busy. You know, uh, step 6, as outlined in here, or either step 1. But before we get started, let's say the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Hmm. Or when you're doing step work, you go, God, please set aside everything I think I know about these steps, this book, this program, my disease, myself, and especially you, God, for an open mind, for a new experience about these steps, this book, this program, my disease, myself, and especially you, God. Please let me see the truth. Amen. So the please let me see the truth is the part that my sponsor added in to really keep me focused. So so step 1, we are powerless over alcohol, crackahol, cake, ice cream, whatever your ailment, addiction, sex. You can relate that step 1 step to just about anything because they have all of these programs jumping off doing it. These different fellowships, not a program, a fellowship. Fellowship allow you to bounce back into society where you can commune with other human beings. You know, and whether it's your job, or even if you have your own business, or all sorts. But I knew I needed to get up here and do some videos. Let me see if I can still do some of my touch. Hey, these are the OG pop locking glasses I got for me and my son. We got matching pair, so we gonna be ready. Hey, I think I should go get another one of these beanies for me. But before we get started, let's look at that step 1. Like I told y'all when I first started doing these recovery videos, step 1 is a 2-part step. We admit we were powerless over drugs and alcohol. So if you add that to anything that your element, that's the physical and the mental side of an addiction, of an active addiction. So and that our lives have become unmanageable is the unseen side of it, the internal side of the recovery. See, it could have happened way before you even picked up a drink, a smoke, a sniff, a taste, and an adrenaline rush of some sort. So what I liked about the CA fellowship is that they say all mind-altering substance, all mind-altering substances. See, that my life has become unmanageable of all mind-altering substances, meaning that, that's the reason why I do say, like, it can be anything that's altered. It can be a gambling addiction. It can be that you just strung out on over fast food and going to takeout and shopping, or then you may need debitory knowledge. So with that right here, let's look at that 6 again. And as it say right in here, the 12 steps, where am I? Here I go, struggle screaming. I'm supposed to do this, and I'm supposed to do what? And I go to step 6, right? See? So what y'all need to notice, see, here's step 6. Step 6 is slick. See, I'm going to use the book also. Let y'all look at it. See, so what it basically say is that, this is the step that separates the man from the boy. So declare a well-loved clergyman. See, clergyman, who happens to be one of AA's greatest friends. He goes on to explain that any person capable of enough willingness and honesty to try repeatedly step 6 on all his faults, and there go those squiggly writings. That means something they're really trying to importantly say something here. This is why you need a sponsor to explain even that part to you. This is why you need a sponsor to explain even that part to you. Without reservation, whatever, has indeed come a long way spiritually, and is therefore entitled to call a man who is sincerely trying to grow in the image and likeness of his creator. See, so without reservations, whatever, has indeed come a long way spiritually. So you did step 1 through 5, you done read all of your resentments and everything. Now you're in 6, and then you have all these kind of character defects jumping off. Like I had a long time ago, of the selfishness, afraid, egotistical, cocky, slothfulness, naive. So I was rather naive and I was slothful to the point because, man, YouTube did a lot of changes. Now you got to start putting up shorts. And, my numbers was going up. So, that allowed me to start procrastinating. And then I want to put up some of the shorts with basically my son and me doing some little short pop locking here and there. So hopefully I'll be able to do that right in the future. So, but this is step 6. We're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of characters. So those are defects. They don't go overnight. They don't totally be removed. To me, it's like when you remove a character defect, working on your recovery or not being in recovery, you just have to be aware that it can come in another shape and form. That's what I know. Which in Dow, I'm finna show y'all. That was the willingness. So that's why it's, in my opinion, it's best to be willing, to stay constantly willing to outreach to others and yourselves. You know what I mean? Let's go to 7. See, See, in step 7, so if you do have a sponsor, it will behoove you to at least get you a 12 and 12 book also, so you can stay step centered. So let me remove that from the screen, and then I'm gonna bring up the other one for 7. So with 7, this is where you have those shortcomings, and the principle of 7 is the humility of the steps. The humility to recognize that you do have character defects. Everyone has character defects. No one's not perfect. So so I want to get this started because I'm going to start, like, hopefully, if God willing, that I need to share my relationships and all them types of stories to see if we can re-alter the future with the other brothers and sisters that want to bring about change in your community. So where is 7 at? Here I go with some struggle screaming. Let me see. I see the present tab, right? You do like that. You do like you do like that. What is it doing? That's not it. You do like that. All right, did it stop? Nah, I hope it didn't stop. Share screen. Yeah, share screen. You go over here like this. And 7 is right here. You do like this, bam, bam. And then you do. Then I bust it out like this. So like in 7, what it basically say. For those of y'all that's in the work, they got a sponsor. Or for those of y'all that's spiritually inclined. This is page humbly asks him to remove our shortcomings. What's a shortcoming? Shortcoming is met with certain standard, is to meet a certain standard, to avoid from procrastinating, being slothful, and just so much. So with that, I'd like to say, the first paragraph, since this step is so specifically concerns itself with humility, we should pause here to consider what humility is and what the practice of it can mean to us. So I got to practice not procrastinating in all these other areas, and practice taking back the change to the store when I know I've been overpaid. So, these are some of the things I did in my early recovery, and I still do today. Because when you go through this spiritual work, you develop what they call a conscience. So, with that, I just wanted to basically, just chime on in and try to do a real quick short video. I still got the Narcan thing. Maybe I should do another fentanyl one later on. Until then, hello, everybody. MC's back, and I hope to stay on track. And until then, hit the subscribe button, pass it to a counselor, case manager, or someone, and I'm out.